So what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in the previous video I did my Salamangreat deck profile, and a subscriber actually asked me to do the best $30 budget deck. So I'm gonna split this video into two parts. In the first part I'm gonna do my Salamangreat $30 budget deck, and in the second part I'm gonna be doing a rocket deck. So make sure you stay tuned on the channel to watch that. And yeah, let's get into it. So first off here, as you saw, the one Gazelle. Gazelle is the best card in the whole deck. Its effect is when this card, when Salamangreat monster is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon this card, and when this card is special summoned, you can send a Salamangreat card from the deck to the graveyard, which is really good. So yeah, if you don't play this card, you shouldn't be playing Salamangreats. Next up, we're gonna max out our Spinny. Spinny is a really good extender. You can give a monster 500 attack by discarding that card, and by discarding Spinny, and then you can, in the freaking graveyard, you can special summon Spinny if you control a Salamangreat monster that is not Salamangreat Spinny. So yeah. We're also gonna max out here 3 Foxies. Foxy is a really good starter. When this card is almost summoned, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 Salamangreat card to your hand and shuffle the rest into the deck. And also he has the effect of the graveyard, where you can discard 1 Salamangreat card by special summon this card and target pet. You have to have 1 face-up spell or trap on the field, and you can destroy that card, which is really good with Sanctuary, because you can destroy that card. That doesn't mean you will destroy Sanctuary. Then 2 Jaguars. Jaguar is a nice, strong monster. He can also bring himself back from the graveyard, although I think he is better than Spinny, because he doesn't get banished after he uses his effect. But I don't play 3, because basically he's harder to get on the field than Spinny, because he has to be summoned to a zone that the Salamangreat Link monster points to. And yeah, but he is still a really great card. Then 2 Fowls. Basically, if a Salamangreat monster is, except Salamangreat Fowl is normal summon, you can special summon this card. It's a really nice 1-up on the field, just to get, like I said, this deck is really important to get the most amount of cards, monsters on the field, because you're gonna use basically all those monsters to go into Heat Leo, Flame Administrator, and stuff like that. So yeah. He also has effect on the graveyard, but it's not that great. Then 2 Beat Bison. I play this card because just to have like a chunky monster on the field that will save you if you're in a sticky situation, and yeah, that's basically the only reason I play him. And 1 Salamangreat Mole. He's similar to Fowl. Basically, during your main phase, if you link summoned this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand to the zone that link monster points to. So it's similar to Foul, but just like a nice 1-up on the field. And also the effect of the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, and then target 5 Salamangreat cards in your graveyard and shuffle them into the deck, and then draw 2 cards. So yeah. And last but not least, 1 Falco. Falco, like I said in the previous video, he's basically used if you don't get to use the effect of Sunlight Wolf to get your Gazelle to your hand. So you could play 2 since you don't get Sunlight Wolf in the structure deck. So you could play 2, but I feel like 1 is still pretty good. So yeah, after that we're gonna move on to the non-Salamangreat monsters. Here we have 3 Red Resonator. So this card is a really good starter as well. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand. And also the second effect, when this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, gain life points equal to that monster's attack. Amazing. This card is really good. Yeah, that's basically it. Just a really good card. Yeah. Then 1 Former Skipper. I also play 1 Former Skipper in my main deck. He can be used as any link material, and when he's used as a link material, and sent to the graveyard, you can add a level 5 or higher Cyrus monster from your deck to your hand. And in my main deck, that's basically just going to be Parallax Seed, but in this deck, that's just probably going to be Bison. So yeah. One Fire Fencing Fire Ferret. When this card is destroyed, sent to the graveyard, target one face-up monster on the field and that your opponent controls, destroy it, and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And then one True King. I actually would put this card to 2 actually, because it's a nice chunky monster that's actually really easy to summon as well, and yeah, so I would play True King. And now we're gonna move on to hand traps. So yes, you heard me right, hand traps. This structure deck has hand traps. This structure deck has one of the most famous hand traps ever. It has Ash Blossom in it. So if you buy 3 structure decks, you will have 3 Ash Blossom, which is amazing. Usually structure decks don't have even one, hand trap, but this deck has, and it has Ash Blossom, so that's amazing. And like you may seem, oh, that's only 3 Ash Blossom, like where's the Effect Veiler and stuff like that, but like it's still so amazing that a structure deck has Ash Blossom. So yeah. The spells, Salamangreat Circle. This card can search any Salamangreat monster. Of course, it got limited, just like Gazelle. Yeah. 2 Sanctuaries. Sanctuary, I would play at 2 here because there is not that much protection to protect your Sanctuary here. So you could still play 1, but I feel like 2 is pretty viable here and important. 3 Will of the Salamangreat. Like I said, this deck is all about putting the most amount of monsters on the field to go into your stronger monsters like Heat Leo, Flame Administrator, and stuff like that. So this card is really, really important. We'll also play the non-Salamangreat spell is to Circle of the Fire Kings. So I used to love this card because I used to be a Salamangreat budget deck player as well before I got like into the whole deck. But yeah. So what this card does is you target 1 fire monster you control or 1 fire monster in your graveyard, and they basically switch places. This monster goes on the field and this monster goes to the graveyard. Now this is really, really important because there were so many times where I just bricked and I didn't have anything. I had like a Heat Leo in the graveyard and I just summoned like even like Ash Blossom because I didn't have anything. We just normal summon Ash Blossom, activate this, and switch Ash Blossom for Heat Leo, and then have a strong monster on the field. So yeah. 2 Transmorphity. It's an okay card. I wouldn't play 1 because it gets used like often, but not often enough where I would play 3. And then 1 Magic Planner. Send 1 face up, continuous trap you control to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. So I will play this card because I play 2 Gozen matches in this deck. And like I said in the previous video, Gozen match can either restrict your opponent or restrict you. And if it restricts you, that's really bad because then you can't play the monsters you want to. And this card basically deals with that. Sends that Gozen match to the graveyard, and you also get to draw 2 cards. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the spells here. So for the traps, we have 2 Salamangreat Roar. Roar is, and you're probably surprised, you're playing a budget deck, why don't you max this card out with 3? I tell you why not. Because I know that we don't have that many hand traps. We only have Ash Blossom, and we could get the most negates on the field as we want. We should get the most negates that we need. So this card is actually really easy to get to. So I don't feel like we need the 3rd one because I could just go Gazelle, send Roar to the graveyard, get it back, and then it's done. Like you already have a negate on the field. So I don't feel like you need the 3rd one. But if you want, you can play the 3rd one. Then 3 Salamangreat Rage. Rage is an amazing card. So another thing that you should know about this deck is, like I said, put the most amount of monsters in the field and just go into those stronger monsters. but this is to go into Rage. Rage is your basically ace trap in the whole deck. It's basically like your Gazelle. This card could pop up to 3 cards on the field if you have Heatleo on the field, which is so amazing. So definitely max this card out. Then 2 goes in match, like I said before. Each player can only control 1 attribute of monsters, and send all other monsters face up to the graveyard. 3 Threatening Roar. This card is really good as well because this card can save you in so many sticky situations. Basically, your opponent cannot declare attack this turn. That saved me so many times when I used to play this deck, and yeah, I love this card. So yeah, after that, we're gonna go into the extra deck. So we're not playing the 15 card extra deck because, so the thing you need to know is, in the structure deck you would have Bailings, Heatleo, Flame Administrator, and Little Chimera. And also you had Mirage Stallion, but Mirage Stallion got banned, so we possibly cannot play 15 extra deck cards. So yeah, we're gonna play max out the Bailings. Really shouldn't explain this. Get your Sanctuary, and you're always gonna go into her. Just amazing. Max out the Heatleo. In my main deck, I played 2 Heatleos, and I was cutting him at some point, but I went back to 2. You should play 3 because, like I said, just go into that Heatleo, because then with the Rage, you can pop so many cards on the field. So yeah, and the card's not half batted by itself as well. Then we have 3 Flame Administrators. This is a really nice boost card on the field. All the monsters you control gain 800 attack, and you can only control 1 Flame Administrator. So my ideal board would be Rage set, Heatley on the field, and Flame Administrator. Then my Flame Administrator would have 2,000 attack, and my Heatleo would have 3,100. So yeah, and 2 Little Chimera. This card has more of an effect than Flame Administrator, but Flame Administrator is a better card. So yeah, you could max this card out as well. And yeah, I played 2 because you basically aren't be able, at least what I experienced, you won't be able to go into that new Little Chimera that many times in your first turn, because like I said, the ideal board is like I have Blossom in hand, Heatley on the field, Flame Administrator on the field, and a Raid set. That's your ideal board. And I'm not saying this card is bad, I just feel like you play other cards more than this card, so I don't really think you need a third card. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and also comment down below another video that you want to see. And